We're in the Scott Creek Conservation Park. This is where the Cherry Gardens bushfire happened about a month ago. As you can see, the whole landscape is pretty burnt out. It was a pretty severe fire, burnt through about 2,500 hectares. It burnt pretty strong. When you look at the shots from the air, you can see that some of the trees are just twigs sticking up out of the ground. Total canopy is gone, so this was a pretty intensive fire. We established FireFlight Technologies as a standalone company in 2019. Since then we've been growing rapidly. We're building fire mapping systems that go on light aircraft, and we're deploying those both domestically in Australia and internationally as well. We've had our systems deployed in Queensland at Fraser Island, working on the fires there. Recently we've had a system deployed down in Tasmania. We've got another one deployed over in Western Australia. Next fire season we're going to be deployed here in South Australia, which is really good to work on our home territory. So when a wildfire or when a bushfire goes through terrain like this, it can be really difficult for the firefighters to know where the actual fire is. If you look around here, you can see there's lots of trees. Imagine on a really bad fire day, there'd be smoke blowing through here. There'd be a strong smell of fire. But it'd be really hard to know whether the fire is just over that hill line up there or whether it's 3 kilometres away. It's very difficult to tell. So what we've done is we've developed some technology, some camera systems, thermal imaging cameras that go on aeroplanes. We fly those aeroplanes high over the fire, way above all the other aerial firefighting traffic, so we're up at about 10,000 feet. The camera flies straight over the top of the fire. It takes images of the fire, turns those images into a map, and then they can get delivered down to the firefighters, either to their personal electronic device, so on their iPad or their iPhone. They could see the fire map, or it can be sent to the headquarters, the fire agency headquarters. They can look at the information there and base their strategic decisions on the information they're getting. So the real importance for the mapping is that when you're out on the ground fighting a fire, it's really important to know where the fire is. Just firstly, obviously, to keep yourself safe and keep the other firefighters safe, and then secondly, to make sure you know where to get to the fire. Where is it you want to go to fight the fire? Where's the worst of it? Where's the place you can get the fire where you can fight it most efficiently? So these maps are really important to firefighters on the ground. Our system's different in that we're not doing video. We're actually trying to make maps, and we fly very high over the fire. We don't fly low where all that other traffic is. We fly very high over the fire, so we can make the maps from that perspective. But I think the key unique selling point of our product is that it's relatively low cost. So there are other products out on the market. There's one in Australia, and I know of one other in North America. They're multi-million-dollar systems, and they fly on multi-million-dollar aircraft. So that's a very expensive asset for a fire agency to buy or to operate. Our system is very much smaller. It can go on a much smaller aircraft like a Cessna or a Piper, the sort of little aircraft that you see at the local flying school. We can put our equipment on that, and we can create geospatial products, mapping products, which are as good as what can be created from the multi-million-dollar system. But we can do this for a much smaller price. And the important point with that is it means we can have many more of these systems spread around the state. So there can be one in Adelaide, there can be one in Port Lincoln, one in Port Pirie, one in Mount Gambier. They can be spread widely and put in the areas of fire danger. So they don't have to travel a long time to get to the fire. They can be on site and operating straight away. This season, the 2021 season, really hasn't been quite as bad. We've been lucky, the weather's been much cooler. But we are going to have a bad season again. It's guaranteed to happen. It might not be this year, it might not be next year. But in the near future, there will be another season which will be worse than the Black Summer.